2-1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, a lot of news today. I have an article or a show in the can about the 5 steps to making money with AI, and I'll be posting that one of these days this week. I just wanted to call attention to it when it comes up because I think it's really good. But you'll have to wait for it because today I got up and read the news, and there's plenty of news, so we're gonna go the news route today. Good morning, Arizona. I see you there. Okay, so the first thing I thought was funny was Burger King leans on positive stereotype of shy Finns to launch silent drive-through. And I'm going to tie this in with some other stuff that's going on in the news. But Burger King opened up the first 100% silent drive-through. I have a Scandinavian brother-in-law or two, and we always joked that if you said, would you like some more meatballs? They would always say no, and then you'd say, would you like some more meatballs? And they would say no, and the third time you said, would you like some more meatballs? They'd say, well, I could take a few. So Burger King capitalized on the silent Finnish nature and built an app so that there's nobody to talk to here on the drive-through. This is the drive-through up here. I don't know, you can't see the cursor, okay. And but you can see the word drive-through, right? And there's no kiosk. There's no, as you go by, there's no speaker, there's no window. They bring it, you pay on credit card on your phone and they bring it to your car, and it is significantly faster, which I think is great. Okay, this is a great example of retailers, and I'll call Burger King a retailer because they're a food, in my opinion, they're a food retailer. Okay, and it's 7 to 8 minutes faster, and I would rather do that. I would rather drive up, get the stuff brought to me, and away we go. Like the old drive-ins, remember those? Okay, they also had a sauna in their thing. Okay, now this is Tom, great job in getting this out before I had to go online today. Normally you don't get to be part of the Monday show because it comes about 10 o'clock, and this time it came about 8:30. So way to go getting it out earlier. Okay, and here's the marketing tech stack, and they're saying now that we've invested in this marketing tech stack, what's the ROI? Oops, what's the ROI? And the next person says, that's a good question. For a new analytics tool we should buy. Yes, and a new layer for data visualization. I have an article called Getting Bitheads to Do What You Want, and it's about how marketing people interact with the IT department. And what it basically says is that the marketing people, because they're so focused on the future, they don't know what they want. And if they ever do get what they want, it drives 2 more new questions. So this is very prescient, very, very wise. Tom Fishburne, who a lot of times his articles are as good or better than his cartoons, I have to say. But it says marketing technology, according to Gartner, now accounts for 29% of the total marketing budget. That's a scary thought. That's currently the single largest area of marketing investment, greater than talent, 24%, paid media, 23%, and ad agencies, 23%. Scott Brinker started mapping the marketing technology landscape. This is all the money you can spend. I mean, this is all the places you can spend money. And, there's a high resolution version of it. But it's getting... What companies don't understand is the insatiability of marketing. You can't ever know the future, but you can know a lot of things about the past that may or may not help you make decisions. I have another article called There's Never Enough Data to Make a Decision. This is not a new problem. It's a problem that's been going on since we started collecting erroneous information in big data. Left unchecked, the stack can grow out of control. Are you telling me this isn't out of control already? My goodness. Okay, so the marketing department now is becoming stack managers. What you really need is to be thinking about making decisions and ROI. Those are the 2 main things, and you need to force your marketing people to do that. As I say in my Spinning Straw into Gold, perhaps we should put the marketing people in a little room with piles of straw and say, make money or die. You know, you wouldn't have to worry about HR so much. You might have trouble hiring people, but you wouldn't have to fire any. Okay, on that morbid note, let's go on. Okay, marketing. How come I got no hearts on that? Okay, in the UK, questions are raised over ASA's role as government calls for. ASA is the Advertising Standards Authority, and the issue is that they've got problems. They know they've got problems with digital and with Google and Facebook and Twitter, and they are not quite sure how to pull that all together. But they're saying more than a dozen UK regulators have a remit that covers the digital world, but there's nobody that has complete oversight. And so in the UK, they're calling for creating a government entity that has more authority. It's not the Wild West. They're saying that it needs to be pulled together, and I think that's a pretty wise idea. I mean, the biggest problem is right now is there's no, you take one of my prospective clients was talking about Glass Ceiling, which is a site where you can review a place you worked, but there's no requirement that you actually work there. He said, a competitor can come on there and claim that you're doing, you're beating employees at lunch or maybe killing the marketing people who don't make money, and make up stuff about your company, and there's no recourse. He said, I've gone on there, I've gone to Glass Ceiling and said, these aren't true. What's my recourse? How can I find out who posted these things? And they won't let you. And it's really serious stuff, because if they did it in any other venue, they would be liable for that. So I believe they're probably, as opposed to government regulation as I usually am, I believe there is a place for that. Okay, so here's an interesting article. I was talking to my daughter about this. Big data's here, especially in retail, and this loops back to the Finland thing, believe it or not. It's clear humans are no longer capable of digesting all the information that retailers can grab. That's been true for a while. We typically model on about 350 variables, but I can't keep that all in my head. And so we have something that sifts through it. It's like a sluice for variables. Sluice is a device that pans for gold in an automated fashion. Basically, washes the sand and water through it, and the gold sinks to the bottom, actually. So given that, they say you need artificial intelligence. Well, we've been talking about artificial intelligence and some of its limitations. But one of the great things was Walmart was the best thing at the show all week. I was talking to my daughter, and I said, what makes me crazy is they're trying to predict what I'm going to want when I walk in the store. I don't know what I want. I barely know what I want, but I do want some things. I might want a pack of gum. I might want a hair cutting scissors, and I might want wiper blades, or some other equally nonsensical package of stuff. And I just want to know where it is. Like, I got these blue jeans that I'm wearing right now, and I bought them a couple weeks ago, and you have to sort through stacks and stacks and stacks of blue jeans. You got style number 1, style number 2, style number 3, style number 4, and you can't even find if they have your size. So it's like, don't try to guess what I want. Just help me get what I want. And that's what they're doing at Burger King or Burger Chef, Burger King. We used to have Burger Chef, and I really liked it, but I think they went under. And so Walmart is talking about their buy online, pick up in-store capabilities. I love that stuff. Sears was pioneering that, and it worked really well for me because the Sears store was about 20 minutes away. And so rather than go in and wander around lost, I could just buy stuff online and pick it up, drive up. Best Buy, do the same thing. I love that. At least I know if it's there. Walmart, Menards, I do the same thing. So retailers Instead of spending a third of your budget on just ad buying and goofy stuff, think about how you can help your customers out. That's what Amazon does. They sell, good stuff and they deliver it. Let's quit trying to outguess the customer. I don't even know what I want. Just get it. Work on your delivery. Work on your in-store pickup. Work on whether it's even in stock. Oh my gosh. I'm John Miglosh.